Hey everybody, welcome to day 8 of the 10 days of business strategy Facebook Live session only here on the Queen of Things page. My name is Zara, for those of you that don't know me, and I am the founder of Queen of Things. We are an organization, a company that is dedicated to helping you build your business and be more profitable and be more successful with business strategies like product management strategies, digital marketing strategies, and sales strategies. So, for the last 8 days now, I've been doing this awesome business strategy session right here on Facebook, and it's been absolutely amazing. Last week we talked a lot about product management strategies like building your persona, how to create business goals, how to create product goals for your physical products or your services and the things that you sell in your business. This week has been focused on some of the kind of what I call back-end type of strategies. So strategies around tools, strategies around, today we're going to be talking about accounting, and strategies on how to boost your sales through customer service or good customer experiences. So today I'm really excited because we have a very special guest. And before I actually introduce her, there are 2 things that I definitely do not DIY in my business. Or I don't even suggest anyone, even if you're super successful, I'm really sure that people do not DIY these 2. 2 things in your business you should never DIY. Legal stuff, so that's like legal anything. We're talking about terms and conditions, we're talking about privacy notices, contracts, although some contracts you probably could DIY, but that's not the point. Hey T, do not DIY legal stuff. Get a real lawyer. Make sure you find someone that's really good, understands your business domain. Do not DIY the legal stuff. The other thing I don't DIY is tax and accounting. It's probably the most stressful part of being an entrepreneur is the bookkeeping. Like, how do you keep your expenses and this and that, and keeping everything. Thank God for my dad, because I think I got this gene. He kept absolutely everything. And growing up, I always used to hear him, like, whenever he did his books for the organization that he was a part of, and he was a part of a lot of nonprofit organizations, he would always get audits, and he cared about the penny. He wanted to account for every single penny in every business that he was a part of. And he kept every single receipt. Like, I have all of my dad's receipts from like ages ago. Like, who keeps this stuff? And it's upstairs in our attic. Nonetheless, I digress. My point is that there's 2 things you don't DIY. Legal stuff, and you definitely don't DIY your business tax and accounting. So, with that said, we're waiting for our tax lady to get online, and you know how technology is, so we're waiting for her to join so that I can introduce her, and I don't want you to miss this. Super excited to even have her. We have a lot going on this week. I have 2 more days, you guys. 2 more days worth of the business strategy Facebook Live session. So really good stuff. And I have a really good one, and I don't want to give it away just yet. I just want to announce it on the Facebook page. It will hopefully be with my other special guest that I've already announced before last week. So I really want to make sure that you're a part of that, because it's going to be super duper exciting, and she's a great guest as well. So as we're waiting, do you guys have any questions for me? I know it's like all this technology stuff, it's insane. Hey Teresa girl, don't go anywhere. I've got my tax lady and accounting lady joining. So I know you had a lot of questions around QuickBooks, and you just bought it, so don't go anywhere. She's joining, I promise. Really exciting, guys. Any questions? Hey. She is definitely going to join. We tested it out earlier today. Everyone is on board. And thank you. I'm really excited today because I even need some tax and accounting help. And actually, she's been a blessing thus far. She's like giving me so many strategies for how to manage my day-to-day books. So I'm sure she's going to be amazing for you as well. And I am just getting some things going on my side too, so that I can share properly. All right, I think, let's see if I can see her. I can't see her just yet, but when she says, hey, I'm going to have her join. Again, you guys, I think she's there. Let's see. Sorry, as I'm swiping through who's online. Let's see. She hasn't joined just yet. Give me a moment. Technology is so crazy. She's here! Yay! Okay. All right, I am joining her in right now. Give me a moment, guys. Okay. Yay. All right, let's see how this goes. All right, joining. I'm really excited, you guys. Oh, you have no idea. She is so great. All right. Bring. Sorry, I'm on like. It's connecting. It's connecting. Hold tight. Yay! Awesome. Great. Okay, can you hear me?
Yes. Let me fix my lighting so you can see me.
Awesome. I can see you.
I made it.
Yes. Okay. Sorry. A lot of technology problems today. It was insane. So, but I'm glad you're here. So, I'm sorry. I'm like making sure I have my questions up. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome none other than Nicole Kirkland. She is a certified, is it public accountant? CPA?
Yes.
Public accountant, which you have questions about. Certified CPA. She has her own business, Worldwide Tax Services, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And she's talking to us about business accounting and taxes, and we'll talk a little bit about the new tax code. And so I'm really excited to introduce her. Thank you again for joining. This is going to be such a great time.
I'm ready.
All right, you're ready. So a few questions just to start off. Tell us a little bit about your customer persona, the person that you are servicing, your user base. Like, who do you go after? Who do you service as far as tax and accounting is concerned?
Okay, so for taxes, I do both individual and small businesses. Small business is my niche, but a lot of my client base are individual clients. For my personas, I typically, for business purposes, have 3 types. So there's the shoebox client, That's a client that comes one time a year with their shoebox full of receipts, and we kind of compile all their numbers, and they get to where they are financially that one time a year. Okay. So my second client is undercover accountant. Okay. I think you're. They keep their QuickBooks accounting records, but sometimes they're just not sure how to record the information in the system. So I do a lot of cleanup before I do their tax at the end of the year. And then we have I call them my no idea clients. They kind of don't keep any records. And so we're piecemealing the information at the year end. And those are the ones I try to help out the most. So there's 3 different types. Organized to the least organized.
Awesome. Well, I'm glad I'm kind of in the middle. Awesome. So what are some of the things that you find are like best practices for these particular types? And, what are you learning as you're talking to each of these clients? What are you seeing that either they're pitfalls or some of the things that people actually do really well? And what do you prefer in that, where should we be as entrepreneurs or small business owners?
Well, the biggest thing that I find is that keep your personal separate from your business. What I tell people most times is make sure you at least start off with a business account.
Okay.
Account will allow you to track your business on this side, your personal's on this side. Okay. So that's what I start off with, number one. For the most part, on a weekly basis, I try to tell clients to make sure that they're depositing all of their revenue. You know, get that $100 here, you get the $200 here, and you're doing this and that with it, and then you forget that you earned that income. So for the most part, I try to tell people deposit it into the account and then spend it as such.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's a good practice. And then just keeping track of what you're billing out your clients. A lot of times it's a phone call, hey, it's going to be $550 for the service, and then you don't give them an invoice, so you lose track of what you billed. You know, that keep track of your income coming into the business and keep track of your expenses. And it can be a small system. You can do the shoebox rule, but I have no problem with that as long as you're accounting for and taking advantage of all your deductions. So I say for the most part, just try to get organized, and it doesn't have to be something you do every day or every week, but on a monthly basis, at least try to organize so that at the end of the year, you're not like, ugh.
Yeah, like me. Awesome.
Yeah.
So you talked about like different tools that we can use. Shoebox, maybe. I don't suggest it. But what tools do you recommend? I know I love QuickBooks. I tried FreshBooks. I didn't like it so much. It was really confusing to me, and it ended up being more expensive. So like, what do you find that other small businesses, what are they using, or what do you recommend?
The majority I find is QuickBooks.
Okay.
It'll be the basic version. And then sometimes you'll be surprised, depending on how big the business is and how many transactions you're doing, a spreadsheet. You know, I have clients that have one tab for income, one tab for expenses by category. And if totals at the end of the year, you know, year-to-date number, that works too. So I try not to have people rush out, spend tons of money on software if their business is not at that point where they need it. You know, I would say, to answer your question, QuickBooks or Spreadsheet, depending on your size of business.
Awesome. So what do you mean there, and I know this wasn't one of the questions, but I know you can answer. So you're saying, like, what is most important? When I go into QuickBooks, there's a lot of things that I could do, right? And I typically just focus on the expenses, the income, but like after the end of the year, what should I have in hand to like be able to hand to you? And how do I kind of get there, if that makes sense? So I know you talked a lot about, you know, with me personally, like the balance sheet. So what are those things that, you know, I should really focus on, or we should really focus on when doing our business accounting?
So in QuickBooks, like you said, there's a wide variety to do, but if you focus on just tracking your income and your, you know, that profit and loss statement that they provide, when you click that button for profit and loss, that's typically what the average accountant wants for tax time. Because that's what you prepare your Schedule Cs or your partnerships and all that. We use that profit and loss statement. We do make some adjustments to it based on depreciation and all that, but for the most part, if you can just focus on capturing your income and all your expenses in those various categories, supplies, office equipment, you know, salaries, blah, 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 that's perfect.
Awesome. So I know I do this, but I want to make sure that anybody who's listening also does this, because for some reason, when I talk to you, you're like, oh, that's really good. A lot of people don't. So I use the journaling, right? Journal entries. So can you talk to people about like, why is it important? And I guess I would ask you the question, if we do have to dig into our personal account, how do we communicate that or effectively like move that into our books on the business accounting side?
Okay, so that can be tricky because basically money is coming from your personal. You didn't spend it from the business, so essentially you're adding it in. Now you're a little more savvy because you were doing journal entries. I was very impressed with that. That's understood debits and credits, and a lot of people don't quite get that. So for for a lot of my clients, when they bring me their monthly accounting, anything they paid cash or out of their personal account, they just put separate, and then I enter it in as a journal entry. To dig into that though, and to break it down as to how to record that will take some QuickBooks training, and you might in this audience right here. Okay. So the part is added into the books because it's coming out of your personal.
Awesome. Okay. All right. I'll get back to the script. Can you share or name 5 things that small business owners should write off on our business taxes or accounting or taxes?
Yeah. Yeah. So a lot of business owners forget about the use of a home office. And a lot of times, if the principal place of your business is you operate it from your home, okay, and you use a space, you can take a deduction from your home office, and that means you can take a ratio of the square footage of your house to the square footage of the office space, whatever that percentage is. You can a portion of your utilities, a portion of your mortgage interest, a portion, everything that goes into the house. You can get that deduction for. Now the trick, of course, there's a trick with the IRS. That deduction cannot be more than your gross income from the business. So it can't generate a loss for you. But if you have a profit and you're trying to get a deduction, that's a nice addition.
Okay? Interesting.
Another item is the use of your vehicle for business. So the mileage rate for 2017 was 53.5 cents per mile. And for 2018, it's going to be 54.5 cents. So when you're using your buying supplies or going to see a client, blah, 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 you can deduct those mileages for the business. And that tends to be a large deduction. Some people really miss out on that.
Okay.
Meals and entertainment, that's 50% deductible. So if you spend $300 for the year, you get $150.
That's it? I didn't even know that. 50%?
Yeah, 50%. Travel costs for business, as long as it's business, not that trip to Puerto Rico or not that. A lot of people don't take advantage of the contracted workers. You're paying that person to help you kind of under the table.
Yeah.
But because you're not preparing that 1099 for them, you don't get that deduction. Okay. So the workers is a big idea too. And then business use of your cell phone. A lot of people don't take that. So usually I take the total cost for the year and divide that by a percentage that you feel was business related. And you can get that. So they're just 5 of the things that I thought of.
That's so good. So can we go back to one of them? So a lot of us as entrepreneurs, we use subcontractors too. We do 1099s, and the services that I use usually does them for us. But we can deduct every bit of that from our business. Is that just like a regular expense, or how does that work?
So the total that you pay all your contracted workers, as long as it's for the business, is 100%. You can
awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's beautiful. Awesome. That's 99. That's a beautiful, Zara.
Okay. Look. I wouldn't have done it if I didn't have these services that I use. Okay, but now I know.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. What are 5 things we cannot write off that some of us think that we can, and then we get to the end of year and you're like, no, thank you. Sorry for you.
Yeah. A big one that I get that I kind of surprising is clothing.
I heard that.
A lot of times, so this is the rule. So if it's not a uniform that's required for business, okay, required for employment, required for you to do the job, if it's not a uniform, it's not deductible. So that suit you bought from Brooks Brothers for your presentation, no. No.
Wait, I have a question about this because, okay, I have a good girlfriend and she's like super celebrity now, right? So she has to go on red carpets and stuff, and she has to, find dresses, and probably now she may get it for free, but she can't write that off, or can she?
So this is the thing. If it's an item that she can wear every day, like after she walks on the red carpet, she can still wear it to, an event outside of work. That tends to get tricky with the IRS. They're like, no.
Yeah, she told me, she was like, she can't do it.
Yeah, but you know what? For some performing artists that have a specific attire that they have to wear, that's a little different. They get a little leeway.
Okay, that's cool. Okay, keep going.
All right. So non-use. Okay, so personal usage, like personal car usage, no. Personal credit card interest, no. Business credit cards are deductible, but personal credit card interest is not.
What do you mean by, so if I've paid, and this is so personal right now, you guys, sorry. So if I paid something with our credit card, our personal credit card, and I put it on my little journal entry, I can't do that?
No, you can write off, so if you bought something with your personal credit card for business purposes, right, you can deduct that item. But I'm talking about the credit card interest. End of the year, they tell you how much you paid in interest.
Yep.
That's not deductible for a personal credit card.
Okay, but a business credit card.
It would be.
Got it. Okay.
Personal loan interest as well. So if you take out a personal loan and you apply business, No. As long as it's personal loan, no.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Okay. And then also, a lot don't know that if you're an LLC or a sole proprietor, you can't take a salary for yourself.
Mm.
Because at the end of everything, your profit and loss is considered your income for the business. If you switch over to corp, then you can take a salary.
Okay.
And then, like I already mentioned, the personal travel and trip expenses, unless they're business related. But those are the five that I kind of run into a lot.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you.
Mm-hmm,
okay. So you actually mentioned a few things, but it goes into like one of the last questions I had is big conversation online everywhere with some people's president about this new tax code. And how is it going to affect us as small business owners? Are we like, especially in, you mentioned LLC versus like S corps and, regular corporations, I don't even know what they're called. How does that affect us? Are we going to be better off at the end of the tax year? Are there things we should look after? Like, tell me a little bit about the tax code and how that affects us.
Okay. So a lot of us are, the accountants are kind of trying to hammer down this tax code. I've been reading, and it's huge, it's boring, okay. So there's an individual side and there's a corporate side. So for this purpose, I'm going to stay on the small business corp side. So some of the things that we can expect, and I just listed a few. You can imagine that there's a ton. We could do a whole nother segment of the code. So there's a section 199A that they've added. And it's a total new provision to the code. It's for non-corporations, and it's for like sole proprietors, partners, and shareholders and S corporations. They're going to give them a 20% deduction off their income from that. However, before we clap our hands, there's a lot of limits to that.
Oh God, I almost did.
For me to dig into those limitations will take up all of your time because there's codes, there's qualifications, but there is a 20% deduction on those earnings from those flow-through monies from your business. Okay. So that's a kind of a plus. The corporate rate changed from 35% to 21%, which is good. Not just for big businesses, but for small businesses too, if you fall into that bracket. There's a larger allowance for you to write off equipment that you buy. So say computers, depending on what your industry is, if you're landscaping, a lawnmower, those large asset items. There's a bigger allowance for you to take deductions for that, which is a plus. Okay. So for the most part, the corporate side is a lot better than the individual side, if you will. So the side is here, the corporate side is here. Okay. Depending on where you fall in as far as taxable income, you can come out a little bit better. But there was one more thing. So remember we talking about business entertainment? Yeah. Yeah, so they repealed a portion of that. When I say repealed, that means they ixnayed it. So that deduction that you got for buying box seats for hosting clients and doing different, that's gone. But you can still take the meals deduction at 50%. Okay. So not the entertainment side, but we can eat. You can eat for 50%.
No, that's really good. So if you guys want to know more about how you're affected on the individual side, you better go hire Nicole because it's kind of scary, from what I understand and what I read, like how individuals will be affected. But it sounded like, maybe small businesses and, big businesses, definitely. If you work at corporate, you're getting bank. Like they're making a lot of money. So thank you so much, Nicole. I want to open it up for questions for those that are on live, if you don't mind. I think we only may have like one question. So it says, Zumba Lily says, I teach fitness. I purchase workout clothes from time to time for clients as prizes. Can she do that? Is that something that she can write off?
Okay, so the limit on gifts to clients is $25 per client. Oh. Depending on what kind of fitness wear she's buying.
I know. Lily, what are you buying? Okay, but can she, and then the other piece, I don't know if that's where, so she also has fitness clothes. So does that fit into kind of that mold where she could probably use it because it's a uniform of sorts because she does teach Zumba?
Yeah, now see, that's feasible because she has to wear a class. I can see that being deductible.
Look, see, Lily, we just saved you some money, girl.
But she said tops. So if her tops are less than $25, awesome. If they're over $25, she can only max out at 25 per gift.
Okay. All right. Well, there you go. I hope I'm saying your name right. And Lord Jesus, I have a crazy name too, so I'm gonna go for it. I think it's Aisha. Aisha.
Yeah.
Okay, so as a small business owner, are you allowed to pay yourself without actually giving yourself a salary? Back to that question.
It depends on what type of entity she is. Is she an LLC?
Yeah, let's see. I've heard of people being the owner and manager. Does she say it?
Her name is Leisha.
Leisha?
I missed her response. I missed her question that you see.
Are you an LLC? Yes, she is. She's an LLC.
So because she's an LLC, okay, so this is how it works. So she can't take a salary for herself, but the monies that she takes out personally are not deductible, okay? So she ends up paying tax on that income at the end of the day. So that profit or loss from the business will be her income from the business.
Awesome.
I hope she understood that, because it gets, I know a lot of times when I explain it, clients are like, what? But yeah, monies that she takes out personally are not deductible, okay? Yeah. So that reduces her deduction, so she'll pay tax on that income.
Yeah. Does that make sense? I hope
she can call me for more clarity.
Yeah, and we're gonna make sure, one, I will definitely put it in show notes, her Nicole's information, everything, how you're reaching, and by the end of this session too, she'll give you all of her information and how to reach her. There's a Teresa got a little confused. Okay, Teresa, ask your question. We don't want anybody to be confused. And let's go back to is it Leisha or Aisha? She says she wants to take an actual paycheck out. Like, how does she do that?
But is she an LLC?
Yes, she's an LLC.
Okay, so she really doesn't have to like specify a paycheck. Like I said, the monies that she deducts from the business, because they're not deductible, she ends up paying tax on that income.
Yeah. Does that make sense? I totally get that.
You get that?
Yeah. So pretty much, if you have $1,000, let's see if I get this right. If you have $1,000 in your bank and you want to pay yourself, let's say $500 for that week or those 2 weeks. Aisha, I'm sorry if I'm saying your name right or wrong, Leisha, you're going to have to pay taxes on that $500 that you took out. Yes or no?
Yeah. So let's say it like this. You have $1,000, right?
Yes.
$200 of it is for office supplies, right?
Okay.
So you get that $200 deduction. $500 you take out for your personal salary, right?
Yes.
That's not deductible. So you end up paying tax on that 80 still, 800 still.
Yes.
Okay. So that's where you end up paying your tax at, because you don't get that deduction. That income out there is taxable.
Got it.
Okay.
I think I got it. Do you got it?
Teresa?
Aisha. I knew it was Aisha. I knew it, girl. I'm sorry. All right, Teresa.
She got it.
I know thank you so much. I hate getting people's names wrong. Okay, so can we, but it's not that. Oh, she didn't understand the fact that a salary, or not a salary. Can we call it a draw?
Yeah, that's great. Thank you. Remember,
okay. A draw. A draw from your business is not deductible. Like, you can't deduct it as an expense. Is that right?
Yes.
Yes. So does that make sense, you guys? Got it. She said got it.
Okay.
Boom. See? Boom. All right. Anybody have any other questions? Look, you have this lady on right now, and she's so knowledgeable. You've been in business for over 20 years, right? That's incredible. I don't even think I had a business 20 years ago. So that is amazing. So there's a lot of knowledge. I'm so excited. If you guys don't have any questions, I'm going to turn it back over to Nicole. I don't see any. Okay, back over to you. Tell everybody how they can reach you, all of your information, what services, you provide. Give us another spiel so that they can get in touch with you.
Okay, so we are a accounting practice. We provide tax preparation, tax planning, small business accounting. We do payroll. We do business consultation. So we are located downtown Detroit off of Jefferson, and the phone number to contact is 586-296-0600. 0771. And then my website, you can go to and get a lot of other information and details, is www.worldwidetaxonline.com. Okay. And then you can email us at info@worldwidetaxonline.com as well.
Awesome.
So let
Yay!
me know.
Okay, so Aisha, she has one more clarification. So she says, oh, so it's not considered an expense when I pay myself. Nope, it's not.
Yes, correct.
So the way that but what if you're paying employees? So you talked about subcontractors, which is an expense, right?
Yes.
What about employees?
Employees are expense too. It's just you can't pay yourself as the owner.
Got it. So you got it, Aisha? I think she got it. I'm glad. I think it was an aha moment for her too.
Okay.
All right, but I think that's it. You got Nicole. Thank you so much. You're so awesome. Thank you. I'm sure you're going to get more questions. I will promise everyone to send out more of your information, your website, and your email address, and your telephone number. So if you guys have she got it. So no more questions. Thank you so much. You're awesome.
Thank you.
Have a great evening.
All right.
Bye. So you guys, thank you so much. This was an awesome session. Make sure you go back and if you have more questions or you can keep writing in the comments. If you have any more questions about business taxes or accounting, share this, please. Make sure you like the page if you haven't, Queen of Things on Facebook. And if you haven't, also go to queenofthings.com to subscribe. I provide lots of fun information about business strategy, product management strategies, all the fun strategies to help you win in your business. So super excited about that. Thank you guys. This was such a great session. Tomorrow's going to be even more amazing. I have 2 more days, you guys. I made it 8 days. Facebook Live every day. Once or twice I didn't do it on time, but that's okay. I have 8 videos. So come join me again tomorrow, 6 p.m. Same time, same place. I had so much fun today. Thanks, you guys, and have a great evening. Peace.